Are you familiar with the movie The Blind Side? What about the movie He Got Game? If not, it's fine. I will share with you a brief summary of the two movies. The Blind Side is based on a true story of Baltimore offensive tackle Michael Orr. Michael Orr grew up in the inner city projects in Memphis, Tennessee. Because of his family circumstances, family services took control of his life growing up. He would later find a loving family that took custody over him. He then learned and mastered the skill of offensive tackle and played at the collegiate level before going to the pros. He Got Game is about a high school basketball player who grew up fast in New York City. Ray Allen played the role of the all-star high school basketball player Jesus Shuttlesworth. Jesus Shuttlesworth's game was as smooth as silk, and he was also looked up to by many people in the neighborhood, like a local legend. If I could do a movie about the life of my favorite person, Jean Grey, it would be a combination of the two movies, The Blind Side and the movie He Got Game. Jean Grey is my mother's older brother. He is 56 years old, but often mistaken for a 40-year-old man. I can't pinpoint the very first time I met my uncle, but I do remember frequently visiting him in Syracuse, New York as a toddler. When I became a teenager, my uncle moved to Baltimore, Maryland. This allowed me to see him more often and gain wisdom and knowledge from him on a more frequent basis. My Uncle Gene is smart, caring, wise, and a down-to-earth individual whom doesn't judge people because he knows that no one is perfect, and we all have our issues, whether big or small. Gene is a humble guy, but when it's time to play basketball, he may talk more trash than Charles Barkley himself. What makes my uncle unique is, at the age of 16, Gene was sent to live with a family who would provide a better life for him in Syracuse, New York, away from all the dangers and distractions he faced living in Marcy housing in Brooklyn, New York. While attending school in Syracuse, he was able to focus more on his education and learn to master the craft of basketball due to his determination to make it to the NBA. Gene attended Lamone College on an athletic scholarship and received a bachelor's degree in business management. While in college, Gene averaged 21.5 points per game, 13.5 rebounds per game, and led the team in field goal percentage for the seasons. He also was the single-season rebound leader for the years of 1977, 1978, 1978, and 1979, and ranked 7 and 8 for all-time scoring for a single season in 1977, 1978, and 1978 and 1979 seasons. After all of his accomplishments, Gene decided that it was time to enter the NBA draft. Jean Grey would get drafted to the San Diego Clippers in 1979. To this very day, I still learn a lot from my uncle. Whenever I want to enjoy a quick laugh, I call him up. If he doesn't answer, he calls me right back. I know I can tell him anything without him judging me. Unfortunately, my Uncle Jean Grey was in a bad car accident. Due to the car accident, spinal surgery was needed. Sadly, the accident occurred during the NBA draft. The Clippers weren't obligated to keep him because he was a low draft pick. To this day, he doesn't regret being in a car accident and missing out on playing basketball in the NBA. He says that if it wasn't for the accident, he may not have gave birth to his two daughters, Simone and Devin. I am fortunate enough to have Jean Grey in my life. I will take everything that he has taught me And one day, hopefully, I can give that advice and knowledge to children of my own.